How can we decrease that percentage of dinking these balls into the net? I'm going to show you how you can win so many points where you were losing so many before. It's child's play. All right, in this video, if you're over 50, I'm going to show you how you can win so many points where you were losing so many before. And this is so easy. Right, so here's what we're going to do. Now, you know how frustrating it is when you're playing and you're in a dink battle, right? And you dink it into the net. So frustrating, right? How can we decrease that percentage of dinking these balls into the net? Because remember, every single ball you hit into the net is not coming back. You have lost that point. So I say to you, why don't we hit it higher, right? If we hit it higher, we're not going to dink it into the net. And I hear what you're saying.
Go! Come on!
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. A pop-up and the opposition's going to smash it away.
Yes! Come on! Yes! Woo! Yes!
I understand that, right? I understand that. But we're going to get smarter on this, right? So you know you want to avoid the pop-up. The pop-up happens because you hit it too high and too deep, right? So, but then we've got the trying to hit it low. So you're trying to hit it low, but if you hit it too low and too deep, well then still, it could be still on an upward trajectory and I can still hit it away. So too low and too deep has a couple of risk factors. One, you hit it too deep and bang, we got that away. But two, you've got the net in play, so you can hit it into the net because you're trying to aim. Imagine that's your aiming point, right? This is where you're trying to aim. Now think of that margin of error here. Now a really good exercise that you can do is if you've got a tape on a wall that you practice with, or you do that, remember the net's around about 34 inches in the middle, 35, 36 on the outside. So you can put a tape, and then what you can do is then put another piece of tape as to where you're aiming at. So the first tape you put on the wall is your net height. And then let's say that you've got, that's where you're trying to aim at the moment, right? So you put another piece of tape there. And then what you can do is practice, because think of this, you ever played darts? And if I said to you, shoot your dart at the bullseye. Well, just think of all of those that go too low, right, as you're trying to hit the bullseye. That's basically that. That's the same thing. This is your bullseye and your margin of error is very small because, okay, so if this is where you're trying to aim, trying to keep nice and low, you're trying to aim here, but think of the bullseye, then anything below is into the net down here, right? What we're going to do is decrease your margin of error and basically take the net out of play. So you stop giving away these free points. So I say to you, let's not have that margin of error. If we take it up here, now your bullseye is right up here, right? So that margin of error, we've really taken that out of play now, haven't we? So we hit them higher. Now, you say, but that's the pop-up zone. No, high and deep is going to get you in trouble. But if we hit them higher and shallower into the kitchen, this is going to give you no problems at all. You've taken the net out of play, and as long as you don't hit them too deep, so you just practice hitting them up here, right? This will be your focal point now. Instead of down here and have the net into play, have it up here. That's what your target is now. There's your bullseye. Take it up there, and so then when you're doing your shots, I want you to think here. As long as you're hitting them shallow, so you just practice it like any other skill, hit them shallow, and you watch all of these free points that you gave away before hitting them into the net will become a thing of the past because you're going to now hit them higher, take the net out of the play, and hit them shallower. So high and deep, low and deep, problems. High and shallow is where you want to be, right? Now you're not going to give away these free points all the time, okay? And as I say, you can practice this at home and you will be stunned by if you have that mark on the wall with the net and you see when you're trying to get that, your margin of error, you'll see so many of those balls are going to go hit that tape, the lower tape or below that. They're all hitting the net. You now put that marker on your wall up higher and you're not going to see it hitting that tape or below, or very few. Maybe it's 1 in 10, 1 in 20, depending on your skill level. And as you do that, you're going to win so many more points. They're going to, because you're going to hit it shallower into the net, and then they're going to have to hit up on it, potentially giving you a pop-up and you're smashing away, or potentially they're hitting it into the net, right? Because now you've got it back into play. You're not giving it the 100% lost point into the net anymore. You're getting it back in, so higher and shallower as it drops in, they've got to now hit up on it, and suddenly you're still in the game. This is going to make a major difference to your game, and you're going to win so many more points where you gave away these free ones. I hear what you're saying. Well, how high is too high? Well, what if I hit them high? Then even they're going to bounce, and then I'm still in trouble because I hit it too high. It's going to bounce up, and then they're going to smash it away after the bounce, right? Right. Well, let's just see how high you can hit it. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go next time you're at a pickleball court, because it differs. We were just in Montana, and with the thin air in the mountains and the cooler air, the balls bounce a lot higher. But here in the humidity of Mexico, and it's summer, then the balls get a lot softer in the sun, and the humidity, the thick air, they don't bounce as much. So I'm going to show you how much it bounces to give you an idea just how high I could potentially hit them without the person smashing them away. Right, I'll show you that. All right, so now look, if I am to drop here, remember, for a person to smash this away on this side, so if we're just getting them over here, for them to smash it away, it's basically got to be above the net height, right? Anything lower than that, they're going to have a hard time trying to, unless they're a really good player, to try and whip it away. So you know that as long as you get it and it bounces below the height of the net, if it's up here, then they're going to need a chance. So let's see just when it bounces, how high can I get this? It's going to bounce. Now I show you here on this side. It's still well below the net. So what that means is you can hit them high and short and be no problem. So that takes the net out of play. You're just avoiding high and long. So even at that height, extremely high up like that, if you're hitting it in short, they're not going to smash it away. So next time you're out here, I want you to practice. When you're dinking, hit them up this height. Keep them short. High and short is still better, though you've taken the net completely out of the play, and now you're not going to be dropping them into the net, and you're going to win so many more points because you're going to get them over the net, because everyone that you hit into the net is going to be a point lost 100% of the times. Give it a go, practice that, and you see how many points you're going to win instead of giving away all these free points that you lost by hitting them into the net. So don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, and also comment below. And if you're ever in Cozumel, Mexico, come and visit us here at Pickleball.